In the previous video, we took a bunch of the most popular mid-ranges and performed a 0 to 100 charge test on them. And as promised in today's video, here's the reversal. A battery drain test to see which of these phones last the longest. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and if you do end up liking what you see with this video, please subscribe and consider turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Let's now get this video started. So here are our contenders for today. From left to right, we have the Poco X2, the Redmi Note 9 Pro, the Samsung Galaxy M31, the Realme 6 Pro, and then the Realme 6. Just like last time, the Poco F1 is here functioning as a stopwatch. We wanted this test to reflect real-life conditions as much as possible, which is why all phones have been set to their native refresh rates. That means the Poco X2, it's at 120Hz, while the Realme 6 and 6 Pro, they are at 90Hz. All phones have been set to similar brightness levels, and of course, as you know, they've been charged to 100%. Taking all 5 phones off the charger, let's kick things off with some light social media usage. Firing up Instagram, we go to the Discover page, refreshing each one so that we have a nice mix of photos and videos on each device, and letting them loop. Okay, it's been half hour. Let's now check in and see how our phones are doing. The Poco X2 is at 98%, the Note 9 Pro and the M31 are holding strong at 100%, and the two Realmes, they are tied at 98% as well. Let's now switch on over to YouTube, binge watch some C4E Tech videos for a while. By the way, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. So we'll let the videos play for an hour. Checking in at the 1.5 hour mark, the Poco X2, it's now lost 9%, the Note 7 Pro is at 97%, the M31, it's at 98%, the Realme 6 Pro, it's at 93%, and the Realme 6, it's tied with the Poco X2, it's at 91%. So looks like the bottom two phones from the charging test, they've now claimed the top spot, the top 2 positions in the drain test. Interesting, right? It's now time to push the SoCs. Let's fire up Asphalt 9, run the game for an hour and a half and see how these phones are doing after that. Okay, so checking in now at the 3-hour mark, the Poco X2, it's lost over a quarter of its battery. The Note 9 Pro, it's at 80%, while the M31, it's still at the top of the table with 84% juice left. The Realme 6 Pro is at 77%. And the Realme 6 is at the bottom of the table with 68% battery left. What's interesting here is that in just 3 hours, the Realme 6 has lost 9% more battery than the Realme 6 Pro. I mean, both phones have the same 4300 mAh battery. The 6 Pro even has a slightly bigger screen, 6.6 inches compared to 6.5 on the Realme 6. So what this is coming down to is the difference in processors. Anyway, more on that in a bit. Now let's check out how our 5 phones are doing after running Antutu 5 times. Back to back, by the way. It's been 3 hours, 53 minutes. The Poco X2 is at 58%. The Note 8 Pro is at second place at 70%. The M31 holds a slim lead with 73% battery remaining, while the 6 Pro is at third place with 64% juice left. Bringing up the rear, it's the Realme 6, it's lost almost half of its battery. Next up, we have another intense round of gaming, running PUBG for 1.5 hours straight on all devices. And here are the standings at the 5-hour 23-minute mark. Poco X2 at 39%, the Redmi Note 9 Pro at 55%, the Samsung Galaxy M31 at 58%, even the Realme 6 Pro has now slipped beyond the 50% mark, while the Realme 6 has just a quarter of its battery life remaining. Let's see what happens if we do some 4K video recording. After just 15 minutes of this, the Poco X2 has fallen to 31%, the Note 9 Pro is at the halfway stage, the M31 still has 53% juice left, while the Realme 6 Pro is at 42%. The Realme 6 is really starting to struggle now, it's dipped beyond the 20% mark. We follow this up by running Geekbench 5 more times. That took 31 minutes, so the total time now stands at 6 hours 10 minutes. The Poco X2 has about a quarter of its battery left. The Note 9 Pro is at 45%. The M31 is also below 50 now, while the 6 Pro is at 36, and the Realme 6 it's barely holding on with 12% left. Will this round of Asphalt 9 finally kill it? Yes, it does. 1 hour of Asphalt 9 and the Realme 6 is the first one to bite the dust at 6 hours 52 minutes. The Poco X2 isn't doing too well either. The battery is at 15%. The Note 9 Pro and the Galaxy M31 are still holding on strong, 37 and 40% respectively. The Realme 6 Pro is at 28%, looks like the MediaTek Helio G90T. While more powerful, it also seems to consume more power. That 12nm versus 8nm difference seems to show here. We continue running Asphalt 9 for an hour till the 7 hour 10 minute mark. Let's now run Antutu till the Poco X2 gives up. And it does. It dies in the middle of the 5th run at 7 hours 57 minutes. The Note 9 Pro is now at 25%, the M31 at 27%, Realme 6 Pro at 12%. Despite having the larger 4500 mAh battery, the Poco X2 lost out to the Realme 6 Pro. This is mainly because of the higher 120Hz refresh rate of the screen. Since the SoCs, the 720G and the 730G, they are both 8nm chips and are pretty similar when it comes to power consumption. Even the screen sizes are nearly the same. Like before, let's let the remaining phones finish the 5th run of Antutu. At 8 hours and 6 minutes, we move back to watching YouTube videos. Let it run for about an hour. At 9 hours and 7 minutes, we have the Redmi Note 9 Pro and the M31 at 15 and 17% respectively. The Realme 6 Pro is barely hanging on with just 2% left. We tried to record some 4K video, but the Realme 6 Pro didn't let us, which is why we switched instead to PUBG. It didn't last very long and finally kicked the bucket at 9 hours and 20 minutes. Pretty impressive really. We didn't expect it to outlast the higher capacity battery toting X2. Now it's between the big two and it looks like size does indeed matter. The 5020 mAh Note 9 Pro is the first to go at 10 hours and 6 minutes. The M31 is still holding on with 6% left. Now once the M31 hits the 5% battery mark, it reduces the screen brightness quite drastically. Finally, the 6000 mAh unit on the Galaxy M31 gives up at the 10 hour 32 minute mark. Okay, so what conclusions can we draw here? Well, going into this, we didn't expect there to be such a huge difference between the Realme 6 and the 6 Pro given their similarities. However, the Snapdragon 720G on the Realme 6 Pro turned out to be extremely power efficient and it managed to outlast the Realme 6 and its Helio G90T by almost 2.5 hours. The Poco X2 was another surprise. It seems like the higher refresh rate screen does indeed have an impact on battery life. Despite the 200 mAh extra battery capacity, the Poco X2 died before the Realme 6 Pro. And finally, the Note 9 Pro showed amazing resilience despite having almost 1000 mAh lower capacity battery compared to the M31. The combination of MIUI 11 and the Snapdragon 720G, it ran the M31 close, lasting a good 10 hours and 6 minutes. Just 26 minutes lesser than what the Galaxy M31 lasted. And remember, the last 5%, the M31, it did aggressively throttle power. So these are pretty impressive numbers. That said, of course, the M31 is our battery life champ at the moment. It just kept going on and on and on. So that's about it for this video. This drain test trained not only the 5 phones, but also me, our camera and editing crew as well. So if you did like all the effort that we put into this video, I'm shooting this at about 3 AM on a Sunday night. If you do appreciate it, a like is something we would really appreciate. Also, I'm curious, did any of you guys actually think the Realme 6 Pro would end up beating the Poco X2? What were your predictions? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, we get to the end of this video. As always, thumbs up, thumbs down based on whatever you felt about it. Subscribe. Oh, I already said that, didn't I? Well, it's late, I'm rambling. Anyway, subscribe, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. And thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.